Hey guys, you're probably wondering what I'm doing here today. Well, let me tell you, I'm gonna be working on my Sony Alpha Female Winning Project. Yes, and it's called Life Celebration, Photographing the Wisdom of Our Elders. What does that mean exactly? Well, let me tell you. It consists of photographing older people and just embracing who they are. Unfortunately, our media today focuses too much on youth and beauty. And once you reach a certain age, you feel like you've been forgotten. We are not represented. So I wanted to create a project that will focus on embracing the gray in hair, embracing those wrinkles, and embracing your age, because they are who they made you today. We need to find a way that tells a story that we are all eventually gonna age, that we need to stop focusing on only youth, that we need to embrace who we are, and that we're all gonna get there one day. So why should we forget about them? Beyond that, I also wanna tell you how I'm gonna make this project possible. I will be shooting with a Sony a7 III. Thanks, Sony, for sending it over. I'm also gonna be using a 70 to 200 millimeter 2.8 G Master lens to get those awesome portraits. You must be wondering, why am I shooting with a telephoto lens? I love creating compression, and this lens helps me create a beautiful compression that makes portraits of any person flattering. Let me tell you a little bit about my lighting and what I'm going to be doing with that. For my lighting situation, I'm gonna be shooting a huge 60-inch umbrella, and that's gonna be covered on a diffusion panel. What does this umbrella do? It's gonna create beautiful overhead soft light. It's gonna create drama. Also, I'm going to be using a fill light, and that's gonna be the 36-inch softbox, and it's gonna be gridded. You're wondering why it's gridded? Well, I don't want any of that light to spill onto my backdrop because, again, I want to create drama. So that fill light is only going to be falling on my subject. You're wondering, what are these guys here? Well, these are some white B flats that I'm going to be using to fill the shadows a little bit. When you create like really dramatic lighting like this, you can have very strong shadows. So I decided to place these B flats on each side just to fill those shadows in and create a little bit of more flattering light, even light, so that it's not too harsh and strong. Especially on people that are older, this will create a much more flattering light. What else are we gonna be using today? Well, if you're gonna shoot a fine art portrait, what better than a canvas backdrop? I'm gonna be using a hand-painted canvas backdrop in a gray color so that it could suit the wardrobe of all my subjects. Also creates beautiful texture, and it's great because it also creates some separation from my subjects to the backdrop with that texture that the backdrop already has. I will have everybody sitting down in this rusty old chair, and it's just to create a little bit of character. You might only see a tiny bit of the chair. So that's it for the lighting, that's it for the camera. And you're wondering what settings I'm gonna be shooting. Well, I'm going to be shooting at ISO 100 for minimal noise. I'm also gonna be shooting it at 125th of a second. And for my shutter speed and for my aperture, I'm gonna be shooting it at 2.8. Wondering why I'm shooting at 2.8 in the studio. Well, I do wanna create a little bit of separation from my backdrop. That's why I have it about 6 feet away. And it's gonna kind of soften the texture on my backdrop by having a little bit more DOF. Well, I think that's everything. And I want you to try and create a portrait like this as well. And I hope you enjoy my project, and I hope you enjoy my journey. And I hope you enjoy the photos and that it inspires you to go out of your way and create a project that is meaningful to you, just like this project is meaningful to me.